Hello, nice people from the internet. How are you today? Hope you're doing great. As for me, I'm having issues with the weather again. It's rainy, it's dark, it's cold, I'm sick of it. July has ended and we haven't had a proper summer. I've lost hope. Anyway, we're not here to complain about the weather, although with me this is always guaranteed. We are here to talk about the things I've enjoyed during July. I've decided to make a little collection of my favorite July things, and while you watch me draw them, I'm gonna tell you a little bit about each of those things. I'm starting with thyme. Thyme as in the spice thyme. So for a long time I wanted to buy some fresh spices to have. I wanted to get oregano, but when I went to the shop, I actually liked the aroma of thyme more, so I got that instead. And since then I've been putting that shit on everything. Bread with hummus, put thyme on it. Fried eggs, put thyme on it. Whatever dish, put thyme on it. It smells so good and it also tastes great. Next up is my new favorite tea. I am a tea drinker and I'm trying new teas all the time, and I wanted to try rooibos tea for quite a while. I've heard good things about it. Also, it doesn't have any caffeine in it, so it's good to drink in the evenings. So yeah, I got some, I've tried it, it's great. It's very nice light taste, so if you enjoy tea, you should go and get some. My next favorite is again food related, and that's lentils. I've always liked lentils, maybe not as a child, I don't remember. And recently I've discovered a few more new dishes that you can make with lentils, and I'm really loving these. So yeah, now I'm having one lentils dish almost every week, if not twice a week. And in my drawings, for some reason, I drew the lentils almost the same as the rooibos tea. Oh well, we'll have to live with this. Next on, we're done with the food, so we're moving on to a podcast. So while I'm drawing, I used to listen to music a lot, but lately I mostly listen to podcasts and audiobooks, or just people talking in the background. Music also works, but there's something about people talking that really gets you into the zone. So this podcast I want to mention is not something that I've discovered now. I've been listening to it for years, 1 year for sure, but probably longer. But I'm mentioning it now because this is the first time I'm making favorites, and I've traveled in June. I had some episodes to catch up on, so I've listened to probably more than usual. And this podcast is called The Creative Pep Talk. It is for creative people who are trying to live off of their creativity, make money off of it, and not be starving artists. So it focuses more on the business side of things, which is very useful. And if you are a creative person trying to build a career around it, I suggest you go and give it a try. You'll find the link in the description. And I don't know if I need to say this, but this is not in any way sponsored. It's just me really loving this podcast and hoping to help more people discover it, because it's really a great source of inspiration and knowledge. My next favorite is just as not sponsored as the one before, because like seriously, who would sponsor a tiny channel like mine? So I even feel stupid having to make this disclaimer, but you never know with the internet. So anyway, and that's Pinterest. Everybody knows Pinterest, you know Pinterest, you're on Pinterest, yeah, we know. I've only started using it recently, and it's great, I love it. I used to collect images in my own personal folders, but they've grown too big, and it's reached a point where it's not working for me anymore. Well, Pinterest is not working great for other reasons because it's a great time waster, but I'm quite enjoying it. And we are getting to the art section of this July favorites, which, as previously mentioned, is just as not sponsored as the first part of this video. So if you've watched my sketchbook tour, you know that in June I purchased my first batch of Copic markers. I've been wanting to get these forever, but I never felt good enough for them. But yeah, screw that. So quite naturally, I have been using them a lot this month and loving them. I'm not sure how correct I'm using them, and I don't care. I guess everyone can use them in their own way. I'm even making this favorites illustration using Copic markers, and yeah, all my art favorite of the month. At the moment I have 20 Copic markers, but for this illustration I'm only using like 5 different colors, keep it more consistent and unified. But yeah, they are just as good as everyone says. Another art favorite is a brush pen. It's not the usual kind of brush pen, it's not the long and flexible tip. This one is smaller, thinner, and much more stiff, which makes it way more easier to draw and sketch in. And especially if you are a beginner with brush pens, I would suggest you try this sort of brush pen because it's going to make your life so much easier. I got this one in brown or sepia color for outlining, and it's great. I'm using it all the time. I'm loving it. So nice. My next arts favorite is Pensil. It seems a bit weird saying this after I made 2 videos talking about how great it is to sketch in pen and, you know, screw pencils, but this one is actually nice. I really like it, and actually this month I've probably sketched more in Pensil. Oops, I lied to you, I totally sketched in Pensil. And the reason why it's so great, it's split in the middle, and one end is blue and the other end is red. It's not so easy to erase it unless you draw very lightly. It's a little more risky than a regular pencil, but it smears much less. And also when you cover your drawing with Copics or watercolor or whatever you're using, it blends much better, so you don't see the lines underneath. Also the Copics don't pick it up, so no smears, much cleaner look. I actually wanted to try the power erase pencils that everyone are talking about, but where I live I can't find them, and to order them online it's gonna be way too expensive, especially because most of the sites where I can find it, it's outside the European Union, which means extra taxes, and no thanks. This one is doing just fine for much cheaper. Next favorite is somewhat art related, more design related, and it's my favorite font lately. I've been using it quite a lot to the point that I'm feeling a bit embarrassed, because as actually a designer I feel like I should be much more experimental and brave about fonts, but I wasn't. I was using the same font over and over, and it's called Amatic or Amatic, I don't know, and it's a free Google web font. It's open source, I believe, so you can play with it as much as you like for free. And speaking about playing, here comes to my last favorite, and it's a mobile game. It's very random. I don't usually play much mobile games because my phone's battery dies really quickly and it takes forever to charge it because my phone is crap. But since lately I've been working on a mobile game, I thought that I need to educate myself on mobile games. So I went and downloaded this one called Zen Koi. So it's basically about growing and collecting koi fish, and it's quite fun. I'm enjoying it so far. I've been playing the whole month, so yeah, it's time to collect my monthly bonus. If you're looking for a nice time waster, go and try this one. I had a few more things that I wanted to mention, but I made my drawings too big so that you can see it, and I didn't have enough space left. I wanted to also include favorite artists, but I guess I'll do that next month. And yeah, that's it for this month. Exciting news for next month actually. I'm doing a 1 month sketchbook again. It's a new sketchbook that I haven't tried before and I'm quite excited to get to it. Yeah, we'll see. Maybe I'll talk about it to you in a month. So yeah, that's it for this video. What things have you been loving this month? Share in the comments and make sure to be back next week for a new video. Until then, have fun!